Hello, folks. This is Chris Voss from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. I wrote a blog post here that talks about why you don't need to worry so much about Google rank, although it is important, but you can control it with social media. And here's how we do it. Now, what I do with my strategy is I use social media, a lot of people, of course, do the same thing, to drive traffic to my website and to make it work. Now, in the old days, what you did is you established a retail shop of some type, a strip mall or a mall or, little building or something, and you built your business, you sent advertising, and you cross your fingers and hope that people would take your advertising, come to your store, and buy your product or services. Same thing with the internet. The internet, for a long time, you set up your website, you go to Google or other ad companies, and you pay them to do ads for you, and hope that you drive traffic to your website. Now, a lot has changed with what we can do with social media. With social media, you can actually drive traffic to your websites without usually having to paying for ads, without having to pay for expensive services, and pretty much control at the press of a button how much traffic you want to send there. Now, of course, these resources have to be built. They have to be there has to be some time or sweat equity or a lot of times money put into them. But a lot of times they can be cheaper than paying for advertising. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do, and, of course, how well you do it, of course. Now, what I'm going to show you is I built the Chris Voss Show website about a month and a half ago, and when I built it, no one knows who I am. I'm not famous. I'm not Apple. I'm not Microsoft or anything else. No one really cares that I open a website. But using my social media army that I have out there and my connections and my ability to motivate people to listen to me through my personal brand and my companies that I built their reputation on Twitter, Facebook, and the army of social media out there, running my ads, I was able to drive traffic to the Chris Voss Show website. In the first 24 hours, we had over 200 people that came and saw the website. It had immediate sales in the first 24 hours. That's pretty powerful when it comes to a website that no one sees or no one cares about. I've owned other companies that have been around for years on the web, and if they didn't pay big money for Google ads or anything else, they really didn't go anywhere. In fact, a lot of them were lucky if they got 100 hits a month. Now, what this does for you is you'll see that the number one resource for business or traffic that I get from the Chris Voss Show comes from Twitter.com. You can see about 40%. Now, this is traffic that I control, that I drive to the ChrisVossShow.com with the punch of my mouse keys and my keyboard and my advertising. Okay, I'm not sitting around waiting for Twitter to mention me. I'm not paying Twitter to mention me. Twitter does it for free, and of course, the work that I put into it is the sweat equity that gets it here. So you can see, look at this, 40% Twitter.com presents. Now, I've also spent a lot of time building my brand, ChrisVossShow.com, and then, of course, my direct mail campaign, my opt-in mail campaign that comes in, pushes people to me. So a lot of people know the Chris Voss Show, or they coming off that directness. So you can see directly here that people are typing in that ChrisVossShow.com. LinkedIn referral. This is pretty amazing because we've only been focused on bringing LinkedIn to the fold of social media sites that promote us over the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, and already it's brought in 8% of the business and outgrown Facebook, which is only bringing in 3% of the traffic. You'll notice here, though, Google. Google only brings in 2% of my traffic. Only 2% of my traffic, okay? That's pretty amazing. And you know what? The whole time that my website's been in business, Google's only brought in 2%. Now, at first, there was a reason for it because I wasn't listed on any search engines. No one cared. Now, I should be in a lot of search engines, of course, and you'll see that. But Google only brings in 2% of my volume. So I'm not waiting for Google to send me any business. I'm out there getting it, and you can see the volume here. Now, in I believe it was ComScore did a report that Twitter users are likely to spend 66% more purchasing something through Twitter, or that they learn about on Twitter, than purchasing something on the internet. Pretty amazing, huh? So where would you want your traffic coming from for your business site? The internet or from Twitter? Very good question, huh? Now, let's take a look at the other reason for doing this. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got a tweet loaded up here. And this is a tweet that I'm going to show you how amazing this is and how immediate results you get. So here's my Twitter website. I've got a tweet loaded in. It's the Mashable Weekend Poll. This is an article. How much time do you spend online? Now, if you notice here, I have what's called a bit.ly shortener link, which allows me to track this link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Update. It's going to go ahead and send that link out. So that just went out. And we're just going to talk for a brief moment about another thing here, and I'll show you. Now, what we have here is the Google. If you are to search for the Chris Voss Show, here's what you get. If you go the Chris Voss Show, you're going to get this. Now, given this is only a month and a half or so after we started the website, look at this. The Chris Voss Show. And, of course, you want to be number 1 or number 1 through 10 on the Google thing. Well, how about 1 through 40? Does that sound good to you? Watch this. The Chris Voss Show, the Chris Voss Show, interviews, the Chris Voss Show, the Chris Voss Show. Gee, I dominate the first page. Let's go to the second page. The Chris Voss Show, the Chris Voss Show, Chris Voss Show, the Chris Voss Show. Pretty interesting. Third page, the Chris Voss Show. I dominate most all the pages here when it comes to the Chris Voss Show and the promotion. And guess what? All these websites and everything that I've done out there are pointing to me, and they're coming back to me. So there's some of my strategic one. Looks like my mortgage company is also on there, which promotes the Chris Voss Show blog. And you know what? Finally here on the 5th page is the Chris Voss directory and Chris Tumblr. Let's see. Wow, I'm out to the 5th page still, or the 5th page now. Looks like I'm going to keep going here and going and going. Oh, there's the Daily Show. Okay. Somebody mixed me with the Daily Show. Okay, so look at this. It just keeps going and going and going. Wow, I've gotten bigger than I used to be actually when I originally did this video. So it looks like I dominate 7 to 8 pages of the topic Chris Voss Show. Now, given you may not be able to do that in your given field if it's highly competitive, like say you're playing tech support, mortgages, real estate, or something else, but Google's going to rank you better on the more stuff that you have out there and how popular you are on the internet and how well it links back to your thing. Now, I've been talking to you for what, maybe a minute or two? Let's see how many people clicked on that link that we had that I just barely sent out. Let's see how many people clicked on that. It's not going to be a big number, but it's going to be significant given how many people immediately clicked on it. Hopefully it was interesting that somebody clicked on it. So there's a Mashable.com poll. So it got about 13 clicks in, what, a minute or 2 minutes? That's pretty good. Usually I'm getting up, like here's one I sent out. I just sent this out once. It got 27 clicks. This is a one-time send. It got about 20 clicks. You can see how some of my other traffic goes. And this is pretty amazing. I mean, within a minute, sometimes 30 seconds of me pushing this button, I can look and see anywhere from 15 to 20 people that have clicked the link. And of course, my links repeat. It is advertising, so it goes over and over and over again. And entertainment is a big part of what I do. It's a big part of any advertising campaign if you're smart. When you watch most advertisements on TV, radio, or newspaper, there's entertainment in it. So this shows you how powerful it is. Now, I know 13 doesn't seem like a lot of number, but this is going to keep repeating, keep building, and it's going to consistently run. And this, of course, is only in the first. This, of course, is only in the first 1 to 2 minutes. Now, there are programs that I can show you where after these things cycle through, they're retweeted, they're re-promoted, they reach sometimes up to 1 million different users. Now, the users don't necessarily click on them, but the users will see or potentially see the link. It will go through their Twitter account, I guess is the best way to say it. So this is the power of social media. It's very immediate. You're sending people directly to your website, and you're in control. I mean, you saw it right there. I pushed the button and sent 13 people, in this case 17, 27 people to my website. In this case, I've sent over, by pushing the button, I've sent over 2,353 people. Here's a few, 400. So there are probably some newer ads and stuff like that. Here's one, the Chris Voss Top Gunners list, and This is my System of Mass followers. Over 9,000 people have seen that. Of course, my books, materials have sold internationally. And our consulting firm, Strategic's One, we have international consultants, a couple of them now, as well as local ones. So, best thing to do, check out my ebook, check out my webinar, look to me for one-on-one consulting. I know what I'm doing, and you'll love it, okay? Enjoy your Twitter experience. This is how to really make Twitter rock and roll for you. I gave you a good strategy so you can pull off all this stuff and so you can really make a difference in what you're doing online. So thank you very much. Hope that helps. And with all the support you'll get from all these Google rankings, of course, it will help you drive you closer to #1. So in the end, Google rank does become important because this campaign will help you get there. Thank you very much, guys, and look forward to talking to you again.